new Toastmasters International Inspirational Speaking Champion. Her name is Luisa Montalvo. Luisa is my friend. We were part of Hub City Toastmasters in Carr, Texas. In 2019, she got to go to the big dance and she came in first runner-up. And her philanthropic cause is rescuing shelter dogs in the Rio Grande Valley that are scheduled for euthanization. They euthanize more pets, dogs and cats in the Rio Grande Valley than the whole United States combined. And she wants to raise enough money to build a spay and neuter clinic in the Rio Grande Valley. And she takes these dogs in this little bus to northern states to get happy homes. And I was in Virginia Beach for a month in February 2022, and she was going to Maryland. We were trying to see maybe we could meet up. Well, I get a call from the Toastmasters president. Luisa got into an accident. There was 2 semi-tractor trailers, 1 jackknife. Next thing you know, she wakes up in the hospital, and she has both of her legs broken, tibia and fibula completely broken. So on Saturday, I drove up to the hospital in Maryland, and she literally looked like she got hit by a cell. She was still conscious, but she was really doped up. She had these erector sets on her legs. She had a bruised spleen, and she was in and out. I stayed there the whole afternoon, and I had nothing I could do, just talk to her. I told the nurses all about her and how good she was at public speaking. She's the one that got my dish when I would do an impromptu speech or an odd non-manual speech back then, right? And so that's why I'm a stickler to her. And she gave the hardest critiques, but it was always good information. Well, she was so far away from home, and I would call her every chance I got. Sometimes I just had to leave a voicemail, just to encourage her. She'd tell me how therapy was going. And she was up there in Maryland for 3 months before she could go back home. And atrophy kicked in, her legs were like sticks. And she was worried about ever walking, but they told her that she'd never walk again. So I had her doing exercises like just calf raises, and as much as she could, knee bends. I encouraged her. She got a problem with her insurance company wasn't paying for her therapy. I'm like, go get a membership at Gold's Gym. It's $35 a month. Get in the pool, and she hated water. Get in the pool. The water will hold you up, the buoyancy of your body, and you can walk in the pool. And now she can take like 10 steps. And she'd tell me how she started driving, but she needed somebody to help her get in the car. And sometimes she'd be out there trying to go to a Toastmasters meeting and be out in the yard in the Rio Grande Valley where it's hot in her wheelchair, hoping somebody would stop, come by and help her get in her car. Then she got to the point she could get in the car by herself. And she's telling me all this stuff. In 2023, she never didn't make it past the regionals. And I would call her for, there are more dog grooming clinics here in the valley in Houston I've ever seen. So it just would trigger me to call her. I'd be watching Bill O'Reilly on The Factor promoting the dog rescue company that he promotes. And maybe they could call her, I'd call her up. I called her, I'd be at church in praise and worship, and she just popped in my head, and I sent her a text out on praying for her, and she won the area contest. And then she won the district contest, and she was going to the nationals. And then this last Friday, I just called her up, and she had just finished her speaking contest, and she won, and she was going to the finals. And then this Saturday, I looked on Facebook, and she won. She won all the marbles. And I had called her the night before, and we had talked way back how she's going to walk across stage, and she was going to win, and she's going to get a speaking tour, get a book deal, and get a TV, get a movie after her. And I reminded her of that on Saturday, and she's like, well, I got one of them out of the way, because just, sometimes I call her up, and her attitude was just awesome. You just wouldn't imagine it. And I had to tell her, after she won at the quarterfinals, and she was going to the finals, she was already first runner-up no matter what. I'm like, you are going to win. Nobody's got a story like yours. You know, me being a Navy SEAL, going through Hell Week twice, going to war, getting shot at, you know, free fall skydiving. I don't hold a candle to you, what you've been through, what you've had to overcome, right? You are going to have a great story. You put all of them to shame. Tony Robbins, you know, all of these famous speakers. Nobody's gone through what you've gone through. Now, I don't know if that had any bearing on how well she did, but I feel good about doing it. So that is what I wanted to tell you. Look for Luisa Montalvo. If I can get her to this club, I'm going to bring her. Thank you very much.